Alright, alright, alright. Let's get things started today. First things first here. If further to those of you watching on YouTube, if you like what you see today, feel free to come visit me. I'm live on Twitch every Wednesday at about 7 p.m. So feel free to come visit. But other than that, let's get started. We're going to be starting a new game here, and we're going to be doing it at level 1. So things are going to get crazy. Welcome into the chat. You're welcome to chat with me. I'm always happy to respond. This is my favorite game, so if you ever have any questions about it, feel free to let me know. Any advice, I'm always happy to learn. But first things first, we start with this like 30-minute long cutscene. Okay, it's not actually that long, but fortunately, you can't skip it.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately.
These weird thoughts lately.
Like, is any of this for real? Or not?
It's probably not, dude. Just saying. I will give this game one thing. They have great music. Some of the best game music, in my opinion, ever. No, not the wave. So a little bit clarification about the challenge we're going to be doing here. Basically, for those of you who don't know, in the hardest difficulty, and this is only in the new games. When I say new games, I mean this game originally came out on the PlayStation 2, I believe, but they remade it for the PlayStation 3 and 4 and 5. When they remade it, on the hardest difficulty, they added an ability called No XP or Zero XP, which does basically what it says. As soon as you equip it, you will not gain any more experience from anything. So, essentially we're going to be playing the whole game with the starting stats. I'm not restricting myself as far as equipment goes. However, I will not be using any items that permanently increase my power, defense, anything that permanently affects my stats. But I will be changing keyblades, adding different equipment, anything you can naturally get by playing the game that's not experience-based. Okay, and we're finally done with the long cutscene. Snow White and the 7 dwarves and the squirrels and the woodland animals. I noticed that the squirrels get their own circle, just like the dwarfs, which means essentially the squirrels and bunnies are just as important as the dwarfs. Can I step forward? Yep. Okay, now this here is the first big decision of the game. In a normal playthrough, this will determine what skills you get by leveling up. it determines when you get certain skills. By the end of the game, you'll get all of the skills by leveling up. This just determines the starting amounts. However, in our playthrough, we are not going to be leveling up, so that really doesn't matter. The only thing that actually matters for us is the starting boost we get to our stats. So the only correct decision in a level 1 playthrough is going to be the staff. Because the staff is actually going to give us 1 extra magic point at the beginning of the game, which turns into a ton of damage later, because magic's going to be our main form of doing damage throughout this entire run. And we're going to give up defense, which means we are going to start with 1 lower defense, which in a game where basically everything can kill us is not going to make a difference. It might make a slight difference in the first, like, 2, maybe 3 worlds, but after that, everything can kill you anyways. So, granted, 1 extra starting attack also won't make a difference later in the game, because we're going to be doing 1 damage every time we swing our Keyblade by the end of it. But this is, you know, I like higher numbers on attacks. It makes me feel like I'm doing better. They gave us a blunt object. They shouldn't have done that. Alright, we learned how to swing a stick. So, normally in the game, at this point you would have 2 magic if you picked anything else. But we did not. We took the staff, so we get 3 magic points. And that right there is where it told us about experience and leveling up with experience. And we're going to ignore that whole thing. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to defeat all of these guys, which isn't a big deal. I'm taking too many hits because I'm really not being careful. This is the tutorial, so essentially nothing's changed yet. We would normally be level 1 at this point anyways. Oh yeah, we've gained the ability to skip cutscenes now, so I'm probably going to be taking advantage of that. Especially since Disney can be sometimes strict with their copyright laws, so I'm not sure how many cutscenes I can leave in. So I'm just going to be skipping as many as I can. If you want any of the story, there are many YouTube videos explaining the story, although most of them are, you know, at least an hour long. Because Kingdom Hearts has an insanely complex storyline that, unless you've played through a lot, is really tough to understand. Now this here also doesn't really matter. This part here will determine how fast we level up throughout the game. Like, depending on what you choose, you can level up faster on the lower levels and slower at the later levels, evenly throughout all of it, or slow at the beginning levels but faster at the end. Which, any of them really work. But I always have such a hard time choosing, probably but I'm afraid of being indecisive. Okay. what do I want out of life? I would love to be strong. That sounds pretty cool. And you there, what's important to me? Friendship. Chat, you're my friends. And I want friendship. Also, I do plan on actually adding some video of me so that you don't have to look at the game if you want. You can look at my beautiful face. However, the webcam I got is not wanting to work with me. So, for now, we're gonna go with no video. Hopefully I'll have that fixed by next stream, but we will see. Now, this here is an important thing to note. If we were to defeat all of these people, Goofy would level up. So, there's a simple trick to getting around this. First things first, you lure them all to this side of the stage. And then you run all the way over to the other side of the stage. And then you spam the pause button. Because eventually, it says you're far enough away, you're out of combat. And now we can officially equip our XP0. And now we can kill all these things and not get better for it. Okay. no, I'm not going to use our potion yet. Because while it's possible to get potions from Heartless, we don't need them. And also, we're going to be skipping a lot of the small fries that we would defeat to get potions. Simply because they don't give us experience. If we end up needing potions or elixirs, we'll defeat the Heartless required to get those. But for now, we're just going to skip them until we actually really need them. There's going to be a lot of chests and story quests that end up giving us what we want. Okay. And now we meet everyone's absolute favorite person, who is not at all a hindrance.
Whoa!
Kyrie.
Give me a break.
Okay. She's only a hindrance most of the time. Eventually she decides to be reliable and like get some training. And then, yeah, it's still useless. Okay, so the tutorial in this game is just to get you used to moving around. You're able to fight these people, and you can actually get, I believe, items from doing so. However, we're just gonna not do that. We're just gonna skip most of this and just go as fast as we can through the tutorial. Unfortunate. Oh well. Pretty sure if you jump on that tree, you can just skip right over here. But I think I'm wrong now that I look at it. That looks like a much too far jump. Maybe it's the other way. If you go from here... Nope. But Sora sure can hug trees. Anyways, that should be a rope, 2 logs, and a cloth. I think that's all that she wants. While she stood here and we did everything, but we got a high potion, so look at that. We did it. Okay. Disney. That about sums up that cutscene. Disney, Disney, Disney. More Disney. And we're back. Okay, so we could go that way. However, we don't really need to. We're gonna fight. We're gonna race Riku first. I'm not sure what I just did was a shortcut or not, but it's time for Riku. What are we gonna call the raft? Any suggestions, chat? I don't see anything, so we're just gonna call it chat. Okay, take any route we want. All the way over to go touch the weird star thingy. And then the thing that took me forever to realize is we had to go back over.
Huh?
Took me forever to realize that. Several times I thought I had won and then didn't. I don't actually think this way is faster, but I feel much cooler taking it. So. Just like that. We beat him. That wasn't too bad. That fight can go wrong. We got a pretty stone, which is basically worthless. It's a little bit of money, which I guess money is a valuable commodity, especially when we aren't going to be defeating the small fries. Now we'll just head over to Carrie here, who will tell us to go get more things. Give us a little pouch to put drinking water in. Now we just get to come beat up trees. But don't worry, no Lorax will come out of these trees, just coconuts. No, I don't want to climb the tree. Okay. There we go. And I believe we only need 2. Let's just talk to Carrie just to make sure. Yep, okay. So that's it there. We'll grab this mushroom. We'll use this box to grab this item that if you miss it, too bad. You can't come back for it. So, we're going to start with the Protect Chain, which is just going to make up for that that defense point we gave up earlier. Grab some drinking water. Head back up here. And now we come catch some fish. Not with a fishing pole, just running around in water. Three fishies. Oh wait, not that way. I'm silly. Up here. Oh, I think I missed the mushroom over by... Where am I going? I'm so silly. We're heading up here. Yeah. While we're here, we'll come get this cutscene. This is the other place you could have filled up from fresh water, but we hit the other place near where you race Riku, which is gonna doesn't really do much other than shave off a little bit of time. Okay. And now the cave is eerily quiet. Oh, and now the music's back. Okay. Perfect. Now, you'll notice I am going pretty fast. That's just because this part of the game is really boring. If you've played the game before, it gets a little repetitive just running around collecting items. If you haven't played before, it's a really fun place to explore. And I do recommend taking a little bit more time with it. Just talking to the people. I did already get the mushroom here. My bad. But yeah, just exploring the game. It's really well built. And if you do it normally, it's a pretty long tutorial. Kingdom Hearts games generally have a long tutorial, although Game 2's tutorial is extremely long. Okay, but we're gonna rest up there, and that's gonna be really it. We just have nighttime left. Then we'll be done with the tutorial and on to the actual game, where we'll probably explore a lot more and speedrun it a little less. We'll actually explore the game world, have a little bit of fun. Probably get a couple things we're not supposed to yet, just because some of the jumps you can make are a little funny. But for now, head over here to Riku. We get ourselves the one and only Keyblade, which is a giant key. I know, shocking. Anyways, now we run over here and we open this door that was in our dreams that we basically just ignored just so that we can run down the tunnel. I don't know why we instantly know to look here for Kairi, but we do. And we find Kairi, and then Kairi disappears. And now the island doesn't exist. And he's back! He starts with this attack, which is so annoying. Because it will now just kill us in 2 hits, because they decided to buff him. He got stronger. He did not need a strength buff. Okay. This is one fight we will use a potion on. Honestly, it's the hardest fight for a bit. And it's not even that hard. Because he's already meant to be fought at low levels. Okay. And there we go. Not too bad. And with that, we officially finished the tutorial. Yay! Time to get on to the actual game. It's always scary when there's no music, because usually that's an indication of like a boss fight. But here we go. We're in Twilight Town. Sorry, not Twilight Town. That doesn't exist yet. We're in Traverse Town. We meet Sid, who's like supposed to be like a mentor, but we don't really use him ever. He sells items that don't do much for us unless we get something like this ability stud to raise our AP, which we'll probably do. Until we get better items. The items we're going to end up looking for are things that increase our MP. Okay, now we're going to sell the Pretty Stone, which is just used for money purposes. Then we'll just save the game. We'll be file 6. Because we can be. Okay. And I forgot that dude's there, so we can't jump up there yet. Which is rather annoying. While we're here in the first visit, we'll try and collect some of these 10 postcards. But we won't be able to collect many of them, or we won't be able to collect all of them till later in the game. There's at least, I think, 2 at least that you cannot get until late game. So we'll just ignore those for now. For now, we'll learn what a Heartless is, which is just some black void, it looks like, that steals a heart and becomes a Heartless. Which is interesting, seeing as how they're called Heartless, but they have a heart. Or they at least stole a heart, I don't.
Come on!
Not sure exactly how that works, but don't really matter. We'll be avoiding most fights. Donald and Goofy are going to kind of come and look for us, and they're not going to be able to find us. And when I said we're going to be exploring the world, we will be. This world in particular has a great time to just explore it, but that's after you finish it, pretty much. So, we're going to be what looks to be rushing through the world straight to the boss fight, which we will do in most worlds, just rush straight to the boss fight. But most worlds will be totally fine to explore the world during it. In this particular case, exploring the world can wait till later. After you beat the boss, there's actually no Heartless that show up in the world, which is kind of funny. That's the 99 Puppies quest, which we do plan on doing. We are going to attempt to 100% the game. However, if for whatever reason we feel like moving on to something else, a different game, we are totally capable of just switching games. I'll probably be doing this on and off for a while, as this will take a long time to complete. But I'll probably be switching between this and a couple other games. I'm totally down to try out new games. If anyone has any suggestions on games that I should try, I'm always open to new games. Okay, and I believe that's all our instances of seeing Donald and Goofy, which means if we rush back to the shop over here, and then head outside, I think we fight. Yep, music stopped.
You out of nowhere.
So,
Who are you?
we'll fight this random stranger who pulls a sword and fireballs us right from the beginning.
Come on!
Winning is optional, so we'll probably just lose. Yep. Which is totally fine. I didn't plan to win. I don't think you get much if you win. Just lose a little bit of honor. But, we threw the honor out the window. Just kidding. We still have our honor. It just... the Leon fight takes a while at level 1 if you want to beat him.
Come on, lazy.
Just because our damage output and the amount of damage we take is already much higher than it should be. The enemies aren't even doing that much, and it's already much higher than it should be. Okay, he teaches us now about unlocking things, which is great. we got our first elixir, which we will not be using. There is a world later where we are going to need as many elixirs as we can get. Actually, there's going to be a lot of fights like that later. Some are skill-based. Like, you can avoid using elixirs if you're really good. There's one fight in particular that, even if you're really good, the enemy, like, almost guarantees hits you. And so, and we're going to be using a lot of magic. So, having those elixirs in the later game are going to be great. We're going to try and avoid using them as much as possible in the early game. So, we now just run straight to the 3rd district, where we get our 2 most valuable assets for this run. Donald and Goofy. And when I say most valuable assets, I mean most disposable resource. Because no matter what I do, they always come back. However, they will immediately spend every single potion, elixir, and ether that we hand them. Oh, it's not going to let me pick that up, is it? Oh, it is. Okay.
Come on!
Okay. You'll notice that for most of the game, we will be fighting from a jumping standpoint. For things like, for reasons like that, where he came and jumped at me, the game seems to be programmed that, oh, I really thought I was going to be able to deflect that. Okay. Luckily, we did defeat it, got some builds. The game seems to think you're always going to be on the ground, so several of this guy's attacks are all on the assumption that you're just going to be on the ground, and they can't even hit air.
Come on!
That's unfortunate. We missed the parry. That's okay. We'll just redo it. It's not... Luckily, it's not too long of a fight, actually. We already took down one of his arms. Although I would love to focus on taking out his feet first. Although taking that hit early was not good. And... okay, just pick up a couple health orbs. I'm hoping to be at full health before the... oh, we got the spirit orb anyway. It came back to us. Awesome. And a second one. Oh my goodness. The luck is insane. Okay. Perfect. And he is going to be stunned. Okay, missed that. And it seems like Donald and Goofy have already spent all of their healing items. Grab some of these health orbs. Okay.
Come on!
Missed it a second time. Oh, they had an item, they just didn't... Maybe Donald was out earlier, and or he didn't feel like spending it on me. Either way, they spent it on us now. Okay, and the attack animation on the ground lasts forever, so if you're not careful, you're just kind of stuck.
Come on!
And all the arms and legs are now dead. So now we just kind of hit it. And there it goes. That is the first boss out of the tutorial down.
So, you...
Forget we can't skip these text box. However, if it's a video, other than the starting video, we should be able to skip it. And we get to go fly around in the gummy bear ship. To do it. Pretty sure you can also just put boxes right here and hop up onto the side, but just come and grab this one. Gotta look at the paintings. Some are done. It's dawn all the way over to dusk. This guy likes paintings. Paintings are great. If you ever stay the night, try hitting the clock. Okay. I was lied to. There's no clock. However, there is chests that I can rob. I mean, politely open with my keyblade that opens everything, including everyone's treasure boxes. And now we hit this a ridiculous number of times. With, once again, a terrible hitbox. Ooh, the double hit. There we go. Oh my goodness, a chest has appeared. We got a mithril. That's pretty coolio. Although we won't unlock synthesis for a while, but we got a mithril. Eat that, Goofy. You deserve it. For you and Donald will just break things that I try to throw. Okay. Also, is it just me, or does this door look excessively ornately designed for a door that you cannot enter? Like, this I get. It's just some dull room. That looks like a door you should absolutely be able to enter. Okay, grab that potion there. Awesome. We're not going to be able to get that chest quite yet. I don't think. Maybe we will. You know what? We'll give it a try. I forgot to jump, so we'll give it a second try. Okay, here we go. Oh! Cool, we'll just pick up a Mega Potion. I'm not sure you're supposed to be able to get that until like high jump or glide, but we did it. Okay. Oh well. What are you doing here again? How many different times are you going to tell us about the puppies? Whatever. Also, we don't need to come over here yet, but I head to Merlin's house just because I can. And we'll open up that door while this room is peaceful.
Fire!
Okay, before we enter in though, we'll head up here and grab this last blue one. Pick up a camping set. Okay. And now we go to the moving rocks. Oh my goodness, it's Merlin. And we happen to have a giant sword. So does that make Sora King Arthur? He did not get it from a rock, though. I don't know. Is an island considered a rock? Just to make us go faster in between worlds. And eventually we'll get the warp drive and then you won't see us driving a gummy ship anymore. Oh yeah, there's that thing there. Guess we'll grab some blueprints since they're just handing them out to us. Well, like I said, we won't actually be using them. Where did that come from? There was no ship there. I almost did that without getting hit. Unfortunate. Okay. Anyways, welcome to the Olympus Coliseum, which is basically a free loot box. Let's head over here. We'll grab the blue Trinity. And then let's head in to go claim that greatest prize. Being insulted for not being able to push a literal metric ton.
It's way too heavy.
What? Too heavy? Since when have you been such a little... Oh.
Okay, we don't actually get the prize yet. I forgot we do have to do these time trials first. Luckily, it's just breaking stuff, which, if we've learned anything since becoming Sora, we are great at breaking things.
Come on.
Except for this one, apparently.
Come on. Come on.
Nice, we did hit it across. At least we got that one. Okay, now this one is a little bit more difficult, but if we actually do it correctly, it shouldn't be much more difficult. Nice, we shot that one. Okay, we only hit the top one there. That is okay.
Come on. Come on.
There we go. 21 seconds left. Oh, we weren't even close.
You know, you...
And then we get the Thunder Spell. It's that easy, Chad. It's that easy. Now we make a deal with the devil himself. I mean, a deal with Hades. We head back in to tell Phil that we got that. I didn't actually mean to start the fight. Well, chat, I guess you're about to see why we're not doing this yet.
Come on.
I guess that didn't go too bad. Unfortunately, there's like 6 or 7 more rounds. It's usually 10, but I believe this particular one, the preliminaries, is...
Thunder! Thunder!
The preliminaries is actually just a little bit harder. Or a little bit easier. There's less rounds.
Thunder! Thunder!
Oh boy. That's not a good start. The reason we're really not going to do this yet is we have no way to heal. I don't even think Donald knows healing magic yet to heal us. So, we took a hit, we're kind of just stuck.
Here! Thunder!
Okay, we're not that worried about Blizzard. The thing about ice shots is that they can really only shoot straight. Fireballs, on the other hand, they curve like crazy. They're homing bullets.
Thunder! Thunder! Come on! Thunder! Come on!
I thought we jumped over that one. Anyways, yeah, that round in particular is a really rough one. Okay, Would you look at that? We're still level 1. And all our party members are level 1 as well. So Goofy did not level up, which means we did the beginning of it correctly. Okay. Now we would normally like to go here. We can either fly through Traverse Town to get there, or we just fly here and then fly there. So we're just gonna fly here to fly there, because it works that way. So, the gummy ship missions I find hilarious. It's like they tried to put a whole other genre of games into this game. Like, this is not the... It does not match up well with the rest of the game at all. But what I find even more funny is that they didn't remove it from the other games either. Like, what is happening? These bullets are coming from behind me. From ships that are already gone. Pretty sure that's not supposed to happen, but I guess it is. This thing better break. That'll destroy... Okay, I was gonna say, if that doesn't break, that'll just destroy my whole ship. Although, as funny as I think the gummy ship missions are, my goodness, I do think they're really pretty. Like, they have some decent art going. It's kind of fun to see what they came up with. The different rings and stuff. Okay, now we deal with a good amount of text. Now Donald and Sora are arguing. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the oh, sorry. Copyrighted, probably.
Here! Fire! Fire!
Not cool.
Fire! Come on!
Did I beat it, or did that thing beat me? I don't know. It honestly doesn't really matter. Either way, that's another one of those optional fights.
Gore.
I think since it knocked me back, I was the one that lost. But I don't know. I swear my health didn't go down. Yes, Tarzan, a half-naked man. Swinging from vine to vine just because he can. Okay, another good rule about this whole level 1 thing, keep the party they gave you. The party member has so many more abilities than Donald and Goofy will be able to get. And most party members will actually have the ability to heal you. Tarzan, I think, has an ability. Yeah. That'll heal people. So, they're great. Now that we've gotten access to the gummy ship, we're going to immediately head over here. Not because I'm scared of Tarzan's world, but because I'm scared of Tarzan's world. And we're going to need all the help we can get. In my opinion, my personal opinion, Tarzan's world is the hardest one until like very late game. I shouldn't say Tarzan's world. We'll just call it Deep Jungle. That's what it's supposed to be called. Okay, I said that, but I'll probably still refer to it as Tarzan's world. Nope. These rings are optional. Ah! I'm being fired at. Man down. Okay, maybe I should have gone in them. Too late. No regrets. Ah, no. You caused me to miss the other health increase. Okay. Okay, well, we made it to Alice in Wonderland, so that's a good sign. Thank you, Donald. Gather as much evidence as possible. Yes, ma'am. Okay, now if we're speed running the game, we can. If we were speed running the game, we could just grab this one piece of evidence that exists here. Hold up real fast. I prefer these to be switched. Okay. We could just grab this one piece of evidence right here and run away. Like, go back. Problem with that being, then we lose Donald and Goofy in the next fight, and they're actually extremely helpful.
Fire! See ya!
Not necessarily because they'll do any damage. They really won't do any damage in the fight. However, what they will do is be targets, take a couple attacks from me. And that is even better than if they did actual damage. Perfect. Grabbed the stench. Unfortunately, this means we are back here. Well, that's okay. Just do a quick run through. And now we can actually heal Donald and Goofy and give them back their magic. I don't think Goofy actually has anything to spend his one magic point on yet, but it's okay. We forgive him for his shortcomings. And we can't do that yet, so. Okay, we can't do that yet. There's a lot of things we can't do yet. Got an antenna. That probably means something. What it does mean is that Heartless actually leave behind some other remnants other than just money and health orbs. Okay, so that's it for right here. However, we can... Why are you... Donald?
Fire!
Why didn't you do that to begin with? No, I believe it's you. Give you a potion.
This should help.
Yep. We did waste one of our potions just because I kind of want to explore. Now we'll turn the tree before we eat it. There we go. Oh, wait. I did not want to go back to being big yet. Well, that's rather unfortunate. Nope. We can at least head up here, though. Okay, there's like nothing for us to do right here. Well, guess we're heading back. I think we are... I think we are gonna spend another potion just to do that correctly. It's my bad for messing up to begin with, but... I should be able to just... Yeah. That's all I had to do before I grew big again. What a mistake. Okay. Cost us 1 potion. That's not too bad. Potions, luckily, are one of the renewable resources. As long as we get money, we can buy them from any shop. And money is infinite if you can stand defeating enough guys. Did the bizarre room from a different angle altogether. And now for this jump. There we go. And now we get the spell Blizzard without actually doing the fight. Normally you have to beat the world to get Blizzard. Instead, I think we get some sort of item. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Now I've collected all 4 pieces of evidence, which is going to make this fight right here a lot easier, because the odds of us having all of both Donald and Goofy with us is pretty high. It is. Of course, it's the one box that's both Donald and Goofy, the one that didn't actually have our evidence in it. Yeah, you're right, Sora. That can't be right. Okay. It's no big deal. We'll try and just beat them up at the fight anyways. A good thing to test. I know you can break these cages. Can you break with magic?
Thunder! Thunder!
Okay. Well, I don't know about magic, about the cages, but it did actually, the 2 lightnings did actually take care of most of our problems, actually. Now we just kind of dodge roll for a bit. Goofy's still alive, which is great. Because we hit the queen, the red cards should all be shaking in their boots.
Thunder!
There we go. That actually wasn't nearly as bad as the first time I played through the game. Oh no, not Alice. Although all that money did just go up in thin air. Whatever. Anytime we beat some sort of boss fight, we have to make sure to save. If we don't, we're gonna be kind of screwed. Because if the game crashes for whatever reason, and we haven't saved up for a boss fight, we're gonna have to redo it. And boss fights in this game are not easy or fun. Okay, they're kind of fun. It's fun when you beat them, but I don't want to have to beat them twice. Also, this room's kind of fun. I just enjoy all the presents. Oh, we got the grand prize first. Elixir. We're still gonna go through all the rest of them, just because I can. Oh no, a fight!
Thunder!
Okay. That's that. Collect a few pieces of money, but head out and go back in. And that should reset it all, so we can go try the third seat. And the second fight at the table.
Here! Thunder!
Okay. Perfect. The ether is great for us. His magic is going to be our main source of damage. For a little bit. Okay. We will actually do some of these guys.
Fire!
They're cold. We've hit him with fire, so we're just going to stick with
See
fire.
ya!
We just need him to be cold one more time. Nope, not hot.
Fire!
There we go. Got the fire arts. No mystery goo, unfortunately, but that's okay. That's enough for us to come over here. Now we want this one to be like hot or need the thunder. Or,
Deep freeze!
there we go. First one, if we can get all three blizzards, I'd be happy. This one doesn't want to cooperate. Thunder is not what we're going for here.
Deep freeze!
Oh shoot, I already messed that up. Okay, head over to the next one. See if we can find another one.
Thunder!
Okay, well we locked into thunder with this one. So we're gonna hope this one needs to be shocked a couple more times.
Thunder!
One more.
Thunder!
These things are, you gotta think, these things are immortal. They've just reached the point that they find it fun to play a game where they just get hit by as much magic as possible. Okay, 2 more seats left, although that was a little bit of a side quest. That is okay. And hey look, that potion that we wasted earlier is back. I don't know why I'm collecting all the health orbs. We are at full health. Okay. Now we could fight everyone in this room, or we can just jump up here and never spawn them in. I generally prefer that method. This room can be such a pain if you fall on the ground. And I'll even show you guys why. If you fall on the ground here, like, people will not stop spawning into the room for the next while.
Fire! See ya! Deep freeze!
Okay, I killed him just because he's worth a good amount of money. Okay, and that is the sign that we're leaving. We don't like taking any hits at all.
See ya!
Stop following me. There we go. Okay, we're back in here. Quickly run to the save point. Whew. Come on. This is, I know this is, yeah, I was gonna say, I know this is one that we can reach. It's possible. Here we go. Boss fight time. Now, I'm pretty sure they did not intend for you to be able to reach him from the ground. Like, that was kind of the point of the long legs. However, they failed. At the height of the jump, if you swing, you can hit. If you're careful enough, you can even get in a double hit.
Fire! See ya! Deep freeze! Deep freeze! Deep freeze! Deep freeze! See ya!
That was my bad. I shouldn't have gotten too close for it. I'm pretty sure Blizzard does double damage to this boss, which is why I'm using it. And it's also why you're able to get it earlier. If you collect all the evidence, you get the magic spell that's really useful against the boss. Okay. Oh. Donald's thunder just immediately took it down to the ground. Does thunder just always do that? Like if I just were to thunder that thing?
Thunder! Thunder! Thunder!
Okay.
Come on! Deep freeze!
That's not a good sign. Good news is that means we've already reached phase 2. Bad news is he shoots fireballs now. Other good news, he only shoots fireballs if we're far away. So if we're close enough, we should just do the swing thing, which we know how to avoid.
Come on!
Unfortunately, those dodgeballs are a little too homing for us to... Well, we can dodge if we dodge roll correctly. I dodged slightly in the wrong direction. It's not an easy thing to dodge, though. We're gonna do it this time, though.
Come on! Come on! Come on! Deep freeze! Deep freeze! Deep freeze! Thunder! Here! Here!
Okay, there we go. He's down. We'll build up a little bit of magic here. Bait him in for the swing. Swing again. Okay. Build up a little bit of magic. In that case, back to Deep Jungle we go. Okay, so we'll probably, once we reach Deep Jungle, this world's going to be a bit of a grind, so I think we'll give it its own stream, because we might be fighting Clayton for an entire stream. So, once we reach Deep Jungle, we'll stop for tonight, but we will pick up again next Wednesday. I'll try and stream again beforehand, before then if I can. I generally do try to stream on Saturdays, but we'll see what happens. If I do stream Saturday, it will probably be a different game. I think I'm going to go through and beat the PS4 Kingdom Hearts, or Ratchet and Clank game. Or any other games that you guys might request. So, feel free to follow me if you enjoy the content. That way you'll know next time I'm on. Or this video here is going to go onto YouTube. I'll probably post the whole VOD there, and then take a little bit of time to actually edit and then post a shorter video. But that's where we'll end tonight, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.